Sea urchins are strange, spiky creatures that most of us rarely encounter, except perhaps on a sushi menu. At first glance, they might look intimidating or even unappetizing, with their hard, spiny shells and round, alien-like appearance. But inside, there's a golden-orange delicacy known as uni, which is actually the sea urchin's reproductive organs. These 5 delicate lobes are often mistakenly called roe, but they are far more than that. Uni is prized by chefs and food lovers around the world for its rich, creamy texture, buttery mouthfeel, and subtle sweetness that comes from the kelp these animals eat. It is considered one of the ultimate luxury foods, and it commands a price that reflects its rarity and the incredible effort required to bring it to your plate. Even though sea urchins are abundant in oceans worldwide, only a small fraction of them are edible. In fact, there are only 18 species considered suitable for human consumption. And even within these, quality varies greatly. Some species, like the red sea urchin from California, often called California gold, are particularly valued for their large, bright, and sweet gonads. Japanese varieties are also highly sought after, adding to global demand. But it is not just species and size that determine value. Freshness, color, and overall quality play a huge role. A top-quality uni lobe must be perfectly intact, vibrant in color, and free from any damage. Even the best sea urchins produce only a few spoons of edible uni per shell, which means multiple urchins are needed to serve a single portion in a restaurant. Harvesting sea urchins is physically demanding, risky work. Divers suit up, sometimes before sunrise, and descend into kelp forests where the healthiest sea urchins feed. Kelp is critical for red urchins because it directly influences the size, flavor, and sweetness of their gonads. However, environmental challenges have made harvesting much more difficult in recent years. Around 2013, a mysterious disease wiped out sea stars, one of the urchin's main predators. Without these natural controllers, purple urchins multiplied uncontrollably, and their grazing destroyed more than 95% of local kelp forests. These areas, known as urchin barrens, are filled with starving urchins that may survive for years but produce little to no edible gonads. As a result, even though sea urchin populations are high, far fewer produce marketable uni, reducing supply and making each high-quality urchin even more valuable. Divers must carefully select the right urchins, often cracking shells underwater just to check if the gonads are developed enough to harvest. Legal regulations also limit harvesting to urchins over 3 inches wide. Even then, a single diver may only collect a few hundred pounds of high-quality urchins in a day, compared to thousands in the past. This work requires skill, patience, and a deep understanding of the underwater ecosystem. Every successful harvest is the result of careful observation, experience, and sometimes a bit of luck. Once harvested, uni must be processed immediately because it is extremely perishable. Workers at processing facilities carefully split open each urchin by hand and extract the delicate lobes using tweezers. Every spine, shell fragment, and bit of intestine must be removed to ensure the uni is perfect. The lobes are fragile, like custard, and even slight bruising can dramatically reduce their value. Only about 1 in every 100 urchins produces the highest quality, perfectly intact uni that commands top prices. A single tray of 200 grams can sell for $100 in California and significantly more overseas, particularly in Japan, where uni is revered as a luxury food. Uni's flavor and texture are another reason for its value. High-quality uni has a soft, pillowy sensation that melts on the tongue, leaving behind a pure taste of the ocean. It is often enjoyed raw and as fresh as possible to preserve its subtle, complex flavor. While it can be paired with mild ingredients like lemon, butter, or pasta, it is often served simply to highlight its delicate taste. Sushi is the most popular way to enjoy uni, but even there, freshness is not always guaranteed. The taste can vary slightly between species, and if it tastes fishy rather than oceany, it may have gone off. Attempts to farm sea urchins have not yet matched the flavor and quality of wild-caught uni. This means that, unlike salmon or shrimp, the supply cannot be artificially increased to meet demand. Until aquaculture techniques improve, divers and processing workers remain the only link between ocean and plate. The combination of limited edible species, environmental challenges, labor-intensive harvesting, and the perishable nature of uni ensures that it remains rare, fragile, and highly sought after. Every bite of uni represents a journey from the depths of kelp forests to a restaurant plate. It involves skilled divers braving the ocean, careful hand processing, and meticulous grading to ensure the lobes remain intact and flavorful. The scarcity of high-quality uni, the challenges of harvesting it sustainably, and its delicate texture all contribute to its extraordinary price. From California's kelp forests to high-end sushi counters around the world, uni remains one of the most luxurious and remarkable seafoods available. The next time you enjoy that golden orange morsel, remember the incredible effort it took to get it to your plate and why every bite is worth savoring.